Hmm. I don't know what's going on.
We can't knee deep in while the world just falls apart at the rise above it all. And we can be so much more than who we are, so much more than who we are. We can knee deep in while the world just falls apart at the rise above it all.
Good morning and welcome to the Saturday morning ritual. I'm Deanna, and this is going to be a fun morning. I can tell already. How are you doing today? I hope everything is working all right. I hope everything. My screen is a little wonky, and I just don't know why, and I'm trying to figure that out real quick. So, we're just whatever I'm trying to say. Hello, welcome. It's of course going to be one of those mornings where, can you see me now? Because I went away for a minute and then I came back and now I'm here. And I forgot to turn my light on this morning. And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, isn't it? It's a beautiful day. Phew. You can see me now, though, right? You can hear me and you can see me. Yes, you can. You can. So today is the 20th episode of 2024. 20 episodes in 2024, ladies and gentlemen. It has been 20 episodes in this year, and I still can't get it together, right? That's some light. It's better than no light, I guess. I don't know. It's a beautiful cloudy day here, which is excellent, but it's a great milestone to be on the 20th episode of 2024. We've talked about all kinds of things. We've talked about goal setting and accountability and habits and exercise and identity. We've talked about beliefs. We've talked about self-talk. And they're all some of my favorite things. And I just opened this lovely Mountain Dew 0-calorie Spark because I'm thirsty. But today we're going to talk about two more of my favorite things, which are self-reflection and celebration. So today we're just going to look in the mirror and we're going to reflect on the past 6 months and we're going to celebrate all of our accomplishments. So welcome to the Saturday morning ritual. As we gather today, let me know. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're from. And let me know, what are you most proud of yourself for in the last 6 months? What are you most proud of yourself for? And welcome and thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let us know all those things. This is the Saturday morning ritual. Here we are. Saturday morning, we're doing our thing, right? And it's been such a joy to make this a ritual mostly for my Saturday mornings. Yeah, of course, there's going to be like any, ritual, routine, habit thing that we do. Sometimes we're not going to be able to do it. It's just the way that it is. So, I'm sorry for those times that I haven't been able to be here and be part of the Saturday morning ritual, but I hope that you take time for yourself every Saturday morning, whether I am here or not. I hope you make it an important part of your day, but it's just so nice. It's a place where we can celebrate. It's maybe helpful to overcome our obstacles. We can see Penny Cat because she loves it whenever I do live stream, and I'm going to be covered in cat hair because she's shedding like a mad woman. Hopefully you can, keep yourself a little bit more accountable this way. Have a place where you can celebrate those achievements and successes because we don't always have those in our just regular day-to-day lives. So I hope you enjoy your time here on the Saturday morning ritual. Yay! Awesome sauce. Woo-hoo. You go. Yay. Excellent. Consistent with my exercise. I've got better with treating myself and doing self-care. Yeah, you even put on some little eye thingies. Special treat. Did you guys see my special makeup for today? It's all my time doing that this morning. All my time. This cat. Oh, so it's time. It's time in our Saturday morning ritual in which you guys all laugh at me while I get up and I move my body and get rid of this cat for a second. Oh my God, the fur of this girl. I am seriously covered. Seriously covered. So let's do this brain body connection. I'll see. Oh, it's not doing it. Hold on. Wait, wait, wait. Here we go. Now we can do it. I don't know, whatever. Oh my God, I got fur in my nose. It's driving me crazy.
Give me some energy. Wanna come dance with me. Give me some energy. Wanna come dance with me. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. I can see you buzzing like you can't say no. There's no fire without smoke, I ain't letting you go. Come on, let yourself be free. Be the best that you can be. Come move your body. Come move your body. Only settle for the best. Live your life with no regrets. Come move your body. Come move your body.
Yay! All right. Oh, I still have fur in my face from that mostly shedding cat. Why is this like this? It's like so tiny, and I don't know why. Oh no, I just continue that. Undo, just stop. Ugh. I'm just 1 second, please, while I deal with my computer, who is, not being my friendliest friend of the friends. There we go. Finally, we're back to where we're supposed to be. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. So we got to move our bodies, and I'm glad you love some full body movements. I do too. Moving our bodies. I was reading an article today from AARP because I'm that old, and it was talking about how squats are one of the most important exercises that we can be doing for our bodies as we get older. It's just really helps with mobility and support as we age. So it's really fancy there, Deanna. But the squats, and then not just a regular squat, but we need to be doing multiple variations of squats because it just is so beneficial. I can't tell you all the things that it said because I read it first thing after I woke up. I didn't retain all that information, and I didn't copy and paste it anywhere. I don't know, but the takeaway was do your squats. They're important. Don't just do regular squats. Do all kinds of squats. You got it? You doing your squats? Give me a heart emoji for I'm doing my squats on the regulars. Give me a heart emoji for that. It doesn't have to be exercise when you're just, doing squat because you can do them anytime. You need a break from work, do some squats. Did you go to the bathroom? Do some additional squats. Waiting in line at the grocery store? Do some squats. It's just something you're doing to kill the time. It's not really exercise at that point in time. Yes, hearts. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for the hearts. I feel love. Okay. So before I pollute your brains, we're going to do our first journal exercise. Don't forget that you can download all the journaling fun that we have on the Saturday morning ritual on my website, adventuresofdeanna.com. And if you want to email me, you can email me at Deanna at adventuresofdeanna.com. And I'll, maybe read your email. I'll read your email for sure. Anyway, first journal exercise of the day, looking at the past 6 months, what we're going to do is I want you to write down as many achievements as you possibly can during the time that we're going to play this little song. Just start writing, keep writing, don't stop writing. Just let the consciousness flow. Just every achievement. Doesn't matter, where that achievement was. There's so many different ways that we can have achievements in our career, in our professional life, in our weight loss, in our community and spiritual, like just all the ways. Just give it a go. Start thinking, what were my accomplishments? What were my accomplishments? And then write them down either in the chat, on a piece of paper, on a napkin. Why is it not showing it? Do you see that? Do you see the lady journaling? It's just everything wants to be extra difficult today. I don't know why. There we go. So tell me, how many accomplishments were you able to think of while that song was playing? How many accomplishments were you able to think of while that song was playing? And thank you. I love this shirt too. It's one of my faves. You are enough. It's so true. That's to you. Anyway, how many accomplishments have you had in the last 6 months? Just one? 6? 54? Oh my gosh. That's a lot. How many achievements? We tend to downplay our achievements. We tend to forget about our achievements. And that is where having a journal where you do a weekly review can come in handy, because whenever you go back to look at the year you've had or the last 6 months you've had, you've written it down. It's harder to forget, or it's very helpful to refresh your memory about those successes that you had over the last 6 months. Whenever we're trying to just randomly think about the last 6 months, it can be really, really hard to come up with those small wins, those little achievements, because when we're asking ourselves for the last 6 months, what achievement did I have? We're looking for big stuff. We're looking for phenomenal, amazing, outstanding, like spectacular things. But achievements aren't always grandiose. There's so many achievements we have every single week that are just small. They're small. We can't remember them because they weren't this huge, big, like, okay, birthdays. Thinking about birthdays. Do you remember like your 21st birthday? It was a big birthday. Do you remember your 22nd birthday? Do you remember your 23rd birthday? Do you remember your 24th birthday? How about your 30th birthday? Do you remember your 30th birthday? But what about 32? Do you remember 32? So, like, some things are easier to remember because they're big milestones, where other things just kind of get lost in the brain because they're just, we don't make as big of a deal out of them. Or they're not a big milestone, or they're not this like huge thing that we are trying to reach. It doesn't mean that it wasn't important. It doesn't mean that it wasn't a great day. It doesn't mean anything. It's just like we just don't save as much space in our brain system for them as we do for other things. So take some time over, the next day, the next week, whatever it is, to really think about your achievements. So part of the ritual is we always take a look at the past week and we share any victories that we had. So now's the time, ladies and gentlemen. If you had any victories this week, do wrap them in the chat. Let us know about your wonderful victories. But how important are the actions of the last 7 days in compared to your actions over the last 6 months? How important are your actions over the last 6 or 7 days compared to all of your actions over the last 6 months? Anybody want to tell me how important those things? Why doesn't it normally tells me this is different? It's different. It's all different today, and it's throwing me off. How are those actions? How important are the actions in the last 7 days compared to the actions of the last 6 months? So I don't think that the actions of the last 7 days are, in general, either less or more important as the actions over the last 6 months. Do they reflect your actions over the full 6 months? Then okay, if there's a pattern, then maybe there's a thing. But if there wasn't a pattern, and if it wasn't just always the repeating of the same behaviors, and it was just kind of like different, then it's probably a good thing. I focused on work-life balance this week, which helped it got in my workout, even though my schedule changed. You're going through a lot right now, and focusing on work-life balance is huge. And look at you, noticing you've grown so much. Wow, that is so amazing. That is a huge victory. You've grown so much. You recognize, like, oh, I'm going to need to focus on this, because if I don't take this time for me, if I don't find the balance in my life, work is going to try and suck away all of everything that I am. And I'm not just work. And I'm so proud of you for recognizing that and taking that time to be like, me, Misty's important. I'm just so proud of you for what you did. Yes, you're going to be doing great at doing the dialysis treatments. And, you started to believe in that. That is a huge success, because you were, whenever you try something new, you're probably scared, nervous, worried, and now you're starting to believe, I'm going to be really great at doing this. And that confidence goes such a long way to help us out. But you know what? And I want everybody who's brand new, who's never, whatever you're doing, if you're brand new at whatever you're doing, it takes practice. We're never going to get it on the first try. Everything that we do requires practice. So once you practice, then you're going to start to believe, and then you're going to start to achieve. That's a big thing. And these ladies, they're showing it. They're showing off. They're showing how awesome we can do that. So excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So I want you to ponder this question about how important were the last 7 days in comparison to the last 6 months. And I think this answer is so different for everyone. It really depends on where we're at in your mindset over the last 7 days. It depends on just on you personally. So personally, take a moment and reflect on this. And we're going to journal about it for just a second, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more. Here we go. Gonna be your one.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
Oh, righty. Okay. So back to so therapeutic to write things down. It just helps to think things through, helps to figure out if it's true, if you want to believe it or not, helps to just get it out of your system, or to just, feel good about the whole thing. So part of our ritual every single week. The next ritual is we talk about the wonderful topic of the week. So we are going to do some self-reflection. Oh, we're doing a lot of self-reflection today. I'm going to ask you a billion questions, and I'm going to ask you to think about it, because self-awareness it's really key, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more later in the live stream. But let's go through a whole bunch of questions. And all these questions are on the journaling prompt. So if you have time and you really want to do a deep dive into this and you think it would be helpful and beneficial to you, that'd be awesome. Download it on my website. So anyway, personal achievements and milestones. What are some of the biggest accomplishments you've achieved in the last 6 months? Are there any personal milestones that you were just particularly really proud of? How have these achievements really impacted your overall goals? Also, whenever we have achievements, we're going to have some challenges. So were there any significant challenges or obstacles that you faced that you had to overcome? How did you overcome those? What did you learn from those experiences? Did these challenges, did they maybe change your or challenge or change your perspective or your approach to any of your goals? I had I had an interesting one, I guess, with my habit tracker, getting my scores up there. When I made it into a game and I was competing against someone, it made it a lot easier to do. It was like it just increased the motivation that I had in order to do it. And I find that very, very interesting. Like, am I always gonna have to, play games in order to do that? I don't know. But it was really interesting how it did impact that. Very interesting to me indeed. So for your health and wellness, how has your weight loss journey, if that's what you're currently on, if you're not, that's okay too. Not everybody's on a weight loss journey. How has that progressed over the past 6 months? What strategies or routines have been most effective? Did you have to change any? Did you try to change a strategy or change a routine? And what was the result of that? Are there any new health goals you want to set for the next 6 months? Oh, okay. That happens sometimes. It's not, that's why they call it a journey, because there's going to be ups and downs and twists and turns, and it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the growth. And it doesn't really, it doesn't mean anything about you. It just means that's a different number. Some things have changed, and we need to make other, changes. That's all it means. All it means. Sometimes we gain 30 pounds because we want to. Sometimes we gain 30 pounds and we don't know why. There's so many variables to that. So many. But that doesn't mean anything about you or your abilities or your success or your value, your worth. Nothing. Doesn't mean anything. Yep, don't worry about it. Nothing to worry about. Sometimes it's you just said, yep, yep, yep. Exactly. No, why did you bite me? She bit me. She bit me. This little kitty. She bit me. I let her sit on my lap and she bites me. So mental and emotional well-being, I think this is really an important aspect of life. Have you been taking care of your mental and your emotional health? How has that impacted your other goals? What practices or habits do you have? Have you been practicing them, and have they helped you to stay balanced and motivated? Are there any areas of your mental health you'd like to focus on more in the coming months? This this cat, this cat. Medicines, yeah, it's good whenever you know why. It's a huge relief when you know why. When you don't know why, it's a lot more hard. It's good whenever you know why. Oh, it is good. And sometimes we don't until we take the time for self-reflection. So another, hey, it's good to self-reflect. So professional, creative growth. Because we're not just there's many ways to have goals. And sometimes what we think is a goal gets sidelined by other goals. So maybe, career achievements and other goals. What projects or initiatives are you most proud of? What are your professional goals for the next 6 months? Creative ventures. Have you had any new creative ventures or, great ideas lately? What inspired that? And how do you plan to, keep that moving going forward? Because Now I can't breathe because I got fur in my nose. Please, really. Now I like you, but you're too furry. You're too furry. And she's always got to be on my lap whenever I want to do my live stream because she loves you guys. Isn't that right? Penny says, I love you guys. Yeah. Anyway, community and relationships. Have you strengthened your relationships with family, friends, colleagues? Oh my God. Are there any new connections or communities you become a part of? What other ways can you go about building your relationships? Okay, so Missy mentioned earlier about work-life balance, and I think that we really need to focus on balance in all areas of our lives, and that's one of the reasons that I'm bringing up, or maybe the main reason why I'm bringing up all of these different areas to think about and ponder about our achievements and our success. Because when our life is balanced out, spiritually, financially, physically, work, all of these things. When we have that balance, it makes achieving our goals in whatever area of life that we want to achieve our goals, it makes it easier to do because we're whole as a person. We're whole as a person. So sometimes one goal, even though it's oh my gosh, the fur on me. Do you see that fur? It's crazy. I don't know how one cat can shed that much. I brushed her yesterday. Okay. But all of these areas, whenever they're in balance, it makes it easier to focus on our goals. So sometimes, even though weight loss might be a main goal, we can't give it the attention that it deserves because there are other areas that are kind of screaming, hey me, hey me, hey me. And it's not that isn't a goal. It's not that isn't a priority. It's that a part of us, a piece of the pie needs us more. And we can't really focus on that as much. That's why we try and build these habits. That's why we try to build these routines and these rituals so that it makes it so much easier to do. So we can do it kind of like take care of ourselves on autopilot. But that's why we're kind of looking at all these different areas is because they're all pieces of the pie. And sometimes we have to take time out for those pieces of the pie too. So your community, are you involved in your community or have you run away from them? If you are involved, how has that really, enriched your life? How have they helped you or contributed to your goals? Is there anything within your community that you are maybe looking forward to doing? So all of these, they're all really important questions to ask ourselves. And also, while we reflect, that brings us this self-awareness. Like, what haven't I been looking at? What haven't I been focusing on? What have I been neglecting? And maybe that's a good reason for why this other thing is happening. It's all connected. It's one of my favorite things to say. It's all connected because it is. So we just want to take a look at our last 6 months and think about the next 6 months and moving forward. Is there anything that we need to do differently? Do we need a friend to call us and say, wake up, get on with it? Or you've been thinking about that long enough. You need to, do something. I don't know. For everybody, it's different. And that's why you got to know yourself. You got to know you. You got to learn from the past to challenge the future. So, thinking of the next 6 months, what goals do you have for the next 6 months, for the end of 2024? What goals do you have? How do you plan to achieve them? We were talking about it. Was it just last week? We need to write down our goal, when, where, how we plan on achieving our goals. and what support, what resources do you need to achieve those goals? I'm going to sneeze, maybe. Within your personal growth, within your development, are there any new skills, any knowledge you want to gain? Is there any habits or behaviors that you want to cultivate or change? And how is it that you are going to stay motivated? How is it you're going to stay motivated? These questions are so big, so big. Oh, but the thing is, so big. It's all that stuff. I just totally got lost. Sorry, just totally lost my whole complete. Totally lost my complete train of thought here. Okay, sorry. Well, how are you guys doing today? So last night, yesterday at work, we had a big meeting, and it was a whole day thing. I had to get up early, get to the office early, and then run to the meeting, which was offsite at a different location. And then that was like all afternoon. And then we played golf at Top Golf. That was so much fun. Top Golf. I'd never been there before, but it's like bowling except for golf. And they just combined the two, but it's a lot of fun. And then after that, we had a long dinner that lasted way beyond my bedtime. So today, my brain is a little bit foggy from yesterday. And that is why sleep is so important, because it helps the brain do good. Yes. We do not want to run ourselves ragged at work so that when we get home, we have nothing left to give us, because we are the most important people. There's gotta be a way for us to be able to, do our work at work, come home, and not just be, not have any time for us. It's just not fair for us to live like that. I do that every September and October at my job. We get really, really busy, and I work like 60 hours a week, and I just give to my job without getting anything back for me. And I have zero me time during September and October. And I've been working on this project for years in order to fix that whole time thing. And I'm so excited this year. I think it's going to really pay off. And I'm actually not going to have to work as much as I have for the last 3 years this year. And I'm so excited. It's finally going to pay off. And I'm going to get my, balance back during those months, because it is so draining. Not only does it drain me during those months, but then it sucks the life out of me to do my job after those months, because I'm just so tired of it. Like the step goal. Whenever I would have the first time that I set a step goal that's way outside of my comfort zone, and I really push myself to hit that step goal. Once that step challenge is over, I don't want to step. I don't want to go for a walk. Because I'm over it, because I worked too hard. It wasn't a good balance of what's right for me and what I can do. So no, it sure doesn't. Missing workouts is never any good. It doesn't help you mentally. It doesn't help you physically. It's so weird. So getting back to self-reflection, it helps us with our self-awareness. It can help you understand your thoughts and your emotions, your actions. It helps you analyze your experience and kind of gain insight into what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. and your patterns of behavior. Sometimes the reason I love self-awareness so much is because it wasn't a part of my life for the longest time, 40 years plus. I never did any self-reflection. I just lived my life. I didn't really think about how things were connected. I didn't think about how this impacted that. So that's why it is such a huge thing for me to really, that's why I just harp on it so much, is because it was very impactful. It made a change in my life. It just let me know about how these little decisions that I was making impacted bigger decisions. It also helped me with my values and my beliefs, to examine what was important for me and if I was acting in alignment for me or for others. Like, am I doing this because it's something that I want to do? And then I can adjust. And whenever you're living more in alignment with your personal values, with your personal beliefs, it makes it more authentic and easier to do. It's like when you're not living in alignment with that, a little piece of you is kind of fighting it and it makes it more difficult. So it's just part of it. It helps you with your personal growth, reflecting on the past, and it helps with challenges and failures, because it provides just the lessons that we need for personal growth. Like, sometimes I get angry and I'm so angry, I'm just so mad. And I try to deflect it onto someone else, like I'm angry at somebody else, when in reality, I'm angry at myself. I didn't even know it was something I was doing. But all the time, when I'm angry at myself, I want to act like, no, it's not me. I don't want to take responsibility for that. I'm just going to blame it on somebody else. So it's been a very enlightening thing. So we learn from our mistakes. We understand what works and what doesn't work. And we can help apply that to the future. And it's not always something that is just one and done. Don't get me wrong here. It's a process. But we're always evolving and we're always improving and we're becoming, just adaptable, resilient, strong, like all these things. So they're 100 words. You don't want me to list them all. But we can also take this time to reinforce the positive behaviors that we have. Like, if we look at our achievements, we look at our success, we look at whenever we were doing things like perfect or awesomely or excellent, and how that made us feel inside. That helps us to grow. It helps us to be that person. Celebrating these moments helps us to boost our confidence, and it increases our motivation. And who doesn't want that? We always want more motivation. We always want more confidence. And just by celebrating, we can get that. It also can change our perspective. Do you have any of those things like you've just believed for a very long time, and then all of a sudden, like, you realize, like, wait, hey, I don't believe that anymore. Like, me and exercise, we're good friends now, but for the longest time, I hated it. Caroline's here. Yay, hello. Mommy Guiding. Welcome. So, another thing that we can do with our reflection is embracing change and transformation. Embracing change and transformation. So this is a big one. And I think it's really big in the weight loss realm, because we have to embrace who we're becoming, whether it's thinner or stronger, whatever it may be. by really, really embracing those changes that are internal, those changes that are external, which is, it can be really hard for us to do because sometimes what we see and what we feel and what others see, they're just like, it can be confusing at times. It can be confusing because sometimes our brain doesn't catch up with our eyes or what we've accomplished in our body. Like, it's so much, but reflect on it and think about, how can I acknowledge and embrace the changes? What can I do? So many really important things here. So if you go, there's like a whole bunch of questions that I didn't get to, but go to my website, adventuresofdeanna.com, download the thing, because I think that all of these questions are so good to ask ourselves. And it's not something that we can really, I don't want to rush through it. I probably should have like broke this down into like multiple episodes, because doing a massive reflection can help you be honest with yourself about the last 6 months and help you to really make a plan for the next 6 months. Because we're mid-year, here we are in the middle of 2024. Reflection just acts as a mirror. It allows you to see yourself more clearly, deeply. It shapes your identity by reinforcing what your values and your beliefs are, which I've been telling you, it's important. It also encourages any growth and changes that we need to make. So yeah, it's important. So think about them for a minute. I want you to take, we're just going to take a short little break. We're going to think about these things, because that was a lot of questions in a very short amount of time earlier. So
sometimes I make this life thing harder than it needs to be. Not dead yet, true shit. So why do I worry about what I can see? I've been stressing about money for my rent, but the money that I spent last night with my friends was worth it. Sometimes I make this life thing harder than it needs to be. So many lights with us tonight, night. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes, it's gonna be alright. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. That's all we got. One moment, one shot. I don't belong to somewhere else than where I lay my bags. It's so hard to stay up and don't hide away behind the same old mask. But tonight I got the cool and I wanna go dance with you. So if you are in the mood, it's worth it. We don't belong with masks on. Leave them here and don't look back. So many lights with us tonight, night. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes, it's gonna be alright. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot. That's all we got. One moment, so many lights with us tonight, night. Don't let them go to waste. Look into my eyes, it's gonna be alright. Tomorrow's gonna be okay. One moment, one shot.
Yay! So, the most important part of our ritual is to make a plan for the week ahead. With all of this reflecting we have done on ourselves today in this very short amount of time. Very short amount of time. How in the world, what information, what takeaways are we going to use from today's conversation to plan for the week ahead? What really came out to you as like important or interesting or thought-provoking or, oh yeah, I forgot. I love those, oh yeah, I forgot moments. Like, duh, you know, I have them all the time. All the time. It's like when you're juggling so many things and you know, you've got these 9, but then you dropped off number 10 and like 3 months down the road, the 9 that you're juggling and the 10th thing that you dropped off is a totally different thing. So weird the way that happens. For instance, like you can be sleeping fine for a long time, and then all of a sudden your sleep is terrible. And then you fix your sleep, but now you're not drinking enough water. It's like it's always evolving and changing. So that's why we always have to be, you know, reflecting on what's going right and what's going wrong. Because if we're not reflecting, we don't know. We're not paying any attention. We pay attention by reflecting. And then we make a plan. See what we can do in the future. See what we can do in the future. So take a moment to make a plan for the week, because planning is how we get it all done, is by planning. Anyway, that's all that I have for our little talk today. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, lady. I agree with you there. This meow is just driving me crazy today. I just can't with her. I can't.
I found my way. I know I'll be okay.
I can.
'Cause I found my
Sorry, that's playing in the background. I plan on being here next week. It's our Saturday morning ritual, and it's one that I just absolutely love and adore. Sometimes I think that I don't, and I'm like, maybe I should just not do the live stream at all anymore. But then the other part of my brain that's like, I like talking about this stuff. I love sharing with you. I love talking with you all and knowing what's going on. And it's an important part of my Saturday morning. It's become, you know, just something that's really, really, really important to me. So thank you for being here. Again, stay curious, stay determined. And until next time, keep writing, keep exploring, keep losing those pounds. And don't forget to share your main adventure and your side quests in the chat or in the comments of the live stream. Thanks. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.